How you do? Hey there, hey. See my surroundings out here? I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, and I am at Piney River Brewing here. And this is something only available here at the brew pub. They do a nice can line, 16-ounce cans. But this is just available here. It's a honey basil ale, and you really can't smell the honey and the basil. I haven't tasted it yet. I didn't get my stuff turned on in time because I would like to show you how they poured this. Because of course, just a nice head. And if you can see there, this is one place that actually uses a true pint glass. It's 16 ounces. Usually you go somewhere and you order a pint, but you're really only getting a 12-ounce pour by the time they leave you that much head. This here, I'm actually buying a pint. Isn't that great? Oh, wow, that's very interesting. Yeah, no, my it's well, my birthday was yesterday, but who knows? But no, I talked a couple weeks about coming up here. She says, "Well, how about if we go out there for your birthday?" So they're only opening on Saturdays from 2 to 7. So this is my birthday was yesterday, but here we are. This is incredible. I don't know how much you can see there, but this is a great old. It was an old barn that they have fixed up to do their brewery, and this is, it's kind of weird because this place really is truly out in the middle of no place. It seems like a real bizarre place to have a nice craft microbrewery, but yet here it is doing some fantastic beers. And I don't know if it's in the middle of no place, but you can certainly see it from here. Oh, and you when you make the turn to get on the road, that this is, you got to go 2 miles on this kind of dirt gravel road, and I'm out of no place, like I said, and and out of nowhere, as we were driving, comes this wild turkey, and I swear this thing had a death wish. It was like a kamikaze turkey, and this bad boy was coming right at us, and my wife just swerved just enough to miss that turkey. But I swear that turkey had a death wish, boy. But I've never gone to a brewery and been attacked by a wild turkey. This is a first. Uh, so I'm gonna do as many beers, many beers, as many videos as they'll let me. I think they've got 6 or 7 on tap. I think I counted 6, but this is an extra one. So I'm up on their deck. My family's actually down at some picnic tables downstairs. So I'll probably go down there and do some videos with them too. But I thought I wanted to come up here first and do one from this place. This place is wild. It's got a different feel from any craft brewery that I've ever been to. A lot of them are being more modern. A lot of I've been to, or a couple anyway. Are kind of in downtown areas where they've resurrected old buildings. Mother's back home in Springfield is an old bread factory, and this one is an old barn. It's just I love how these breweries are just popping up in different places. Oh. You can taste the honey. You can taste the basil in this beer. It's very interesting. A lot of times, specialty kind of novelty ales like this, whatever the novelty is, in this case, it's the basil. Sometimes that gets overwhelming and you get tired of it after a little bit. But this is very interesting because the basil is present, but it's not overwhelming. It doesn't really. This would be a great marinade beer. It really would. I mean, I would. This would be great soaking a chicken overnight in, or even some pork would be awesome too. I don't think it's got enough to where it would affect beef much, but it would be perfect for chicken or pork. It's just got some awesome flavor. This is one of the breweries that do a solid can line. They do the 4-pack 16-ounce cans, which is great. Wow, this is a fantastic brew, and I gotta tell you how much I love the idea that they actually. A lot of places say they're selling you a pint, but they're selling you just a pint glass. Well, by the time you get the head, you're only getting a 12-ounce pour. I'm actually getting a full 16-ounce pour here. That's freaking awesome. So I don't know how long my wife's going to let me stay, but I'm not going to chug these. So I know it's going to take me at least 3 hours to get through. But I'd like to get through one of everything. I really would at kind of a pace that doesn't put the beer whisperers wanky in the dirt. You know what I'm saying. I sent them an email a few days ago and asked if I could come up here and do some videos, and they said I could. So I'm very excited about it. I do like their beers. I've had the Missouri Mule IPA, which I think is a nice solid IPA. Um, the McKinney Eddie Amber is a nice amber ale, but I'm looking forward to doing all of them again. They've also got a pale in here, pale ale, Bronxback pale ale that I haven't had, so I kind of want to try that. And then they've got a brand new one that I had just a small sample of a minute ago called their Float Trip ale. It's their lightest beer. They said it was 4.5. Float trips, we're in Missouri. Float trips are very popular out here. You want a lighter body, it's to be something you're going to drink all day long. It's designed to be a session ale. It also, my internet isn't working here, so I don't have exact specs on it. He says it's 4.5%, and it does contain some wheat, but that's not the biggest makeup of the malt bill. But you can't taste some wheat in it. You can't. This is a very solid, interesting beer. I'm liking it a lot. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wanted to try it because, well, honey basil. How often do you see that in a combination? And like I said, the basil is certainly there, but it doesn't overwhelm your palate or become cloying after a while. This is an incredibly enjoyable summer beer. It really is. I really love this glass. I know I'm going to have to buy it. I'm going to have to buy a glass and go home. Even though I can get cans of their beer, I'm probably going to end up buying a growler just because that's kind of what I do. I kind of collect beer stuff, so I'm probably going to end up with a growler anyway just because. I'll do a set of videos tomorrow on them. I don't know how this. I think it's pronounced Bucyrus, Missouri, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I do love that glass though, and I love that it's a full pint. I had one. Well, actually, I have a glass boxed up somewhere. I haven't unboxed yet. So I got back in about '98 in. It was in I was in Las Cruces, New Mexico, at a Bennigan's, and it was back when Bennigan's they had the true pint glass there, and I asked him if they were selling them, and he said no. But then at the end of the night, he told my wife to put it in her purse, and she kind of snuck her out for me. So I have that Bennigan's true pint glass. But most places just sell the shaker pints and not these true pint glasses. So I love that this is an actual true pint. My whole family came up. Well, not my whole family, but my wife, obviously, because she drives. But my daughter, Callista, and my son-in-law Charles and grandson Ben came along for the ride, and our kid's godmother Cheryl doesn't live too far from here, so she drove out here to see us. Unfortunately, my best friend and the kid's godfather Chris, he's been under the weather for a few days. He was going to try to make it, but he couldn't make it. So I was hoping he can come out, but maybe he can come out and maybe we'll do it again. Because I wanted to make him part of the video too. Because I probably known him. Let's see, when did I meet him? Just before we got married. So I've probably known him about 18, 19 years, but he's been my best friend for a long time. He's a great guy. He's one of these, had a similar upbringing. He's more children in his family than mine. I'm the fourth of five. He comes from a big Irish Catholic line. But he actually was in the service, in the military, in the Navy specifically for 20 years on a sub. This guy's a definition of hero. I get frustrated that we don't make a bigger deal about guys like him. I think as much as some people hate the word socialism and socialist medicine, I think anybody that serves 20 years in our military ought to be taken care of for the rest of their lives. They shouldn't have to pay for medical care. We should be, we talk about supporting our troops, but then we kind of forget about them once they come back home. These guys should be taken care of forever because they're honest heroes. But anyway, that's my buddy Chris. And that's all the political I'm going to get because I want to relax and have a good time. I'm probably drinking. I guess I'm talked about 10 minutes. But to drink a pint of beer in about 10 minutes, I guess that's not. would drink that a little faster than I planned. It is my first beer of the day. But this really is an interesting and enjoyable beer. I'm incredibly impressed. I don't. They only have a little bit of it left, so I doubt if I'm going to be able to get a growler of it. But if it's available, I'll probably get a growler of it and try it because it is so unusual, and everything else I'll eventually be able to get in the cans. But well, other than that, or the bronze back pale that isn't available in cans in my neighborhood, so it's probably what I'm going to have next. No, actually, I'm lying to you. I'm going to have the float trip ale next because it's the lightest body. I'm going to work my way up, and then I'm going to have the pale ale. They've got blues playing in the background, classic, sitting on top of the world. Oh my lord, I'm loving this place. I love the atmosphere because I've never been to a brew pub like this. A lot of them seem to be in more, kind of downtowns or more industrial parts of towns. This one is just literally out in the middle of no place. I mean, I'm here. There's there's farm and pasture all around me, and oh my goodness! I've never been to a place like this. That's just out in the middle of no place. There are a lot of good breweries in Missouri, St. Louis area specifically. But I think if I had a friend and I wanted to visit a brewery, I would love to take him out here, just because it is so different. It is just different than what I think most people would have seen. So anyway, let me finish this beer up, and I'm going to end this video because I ran a little longer. This is my introduction. I'm going to do as many as I can from Piney River Brewery. I am so happy to be here. I have the best wife in the world. This was her idea to take me out here today, and I'm so happy. Oh, yummers. I can't find. I lost my cursor. I've got a little glare here, and I had the cursor there to stop the video, and I lost it. That's on the beer whisperer. Woo!